with the lid on. And we're going to cook them until for about 8 to 10 minutes. We don't have to cook them all the way through because they are going to be oven finished off. So 8 to 10 minutes, take them off. We'll strain them in the colander over the sink, and then we're going to mash them around a little bit, not actually mash them, but just soften the edges and toss them in some oil, some olive oil.
So why do you do that?
And sumac, to give them a lovely brown crisp crust on the outside. If we don't do that, they'll be dry and they won't have the moisture and the flavour. The sumac won't enter and flavour the potatoes the same way. So that's what that process is. Now, the actual Moroccan lamb stew, so we need 800 grams of lamb shoulder. So I bought a lamb shoulder. You have a big shoulder blade on the lamb. You've got to be careful getting all the meat off, and then if you have a dog, you can give the dog the leftover shoulder and they'll love you for it.
If they can't get lamb shoulder, what should they use?
You can get lamb legs. Lamb shoulders are not as plentiful. I only shopped for this yesterday, and there were about 3 shoulders there, but there were about half a dozen legs. This is an opposite Woolworths. So what we're going to do in here is going to heat 2 tablespoons of oil in a heavy base saucepan, and we're going to cook the lamb in there. So I need to heat it up first. And I'm going to use a special utensil here, which is a flat-edged spoon, sometimes called a spurtle, particularly by the Scottish people. And I'm going to cook my lamb in the pot until it's browned. You might have to do it in 2 loads, because if you put too much lamb in or too much meat in, it starts to stew in the fat instead of brown. So I'm going to do it in 2 lots just to brown it, and then I'm going to take it out and go on to the next stage.
So what does browning do?
Browning seals the edges of the meat, and it also helps with the flavour. So we need to stir it around. It takes about 3 minutes per group of per lot of the meat.